Your top stories this evening sponsored by Courts Guyana Incorporated, bringing value home.
This has been confirmed by Chief of Staff, and the government has asked the Venezuelan government to explain.
Venezuela military chopper lands in Guyana. Guyana government asks Venezuela to explain. Licensed gold dealers to be reviewed. Major tightening up in the mining sector, says Minister Trotman. And
I think Mr. Jagdio's comments are unhelpful.
You'll find out why President Granger has scolded the opposition leader. According to the president, Jagdio should know better. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening. I'm Travis Chase with the Friday, December 4 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here's what you need to know this evening. Venezuela continues provocative military maneuvering in a bordering village in Guyana's territory. Government seeks explanation from the authorities in Caracas. Here is more. The Guyana government is still awaiting an answer from the Venezuelan government as to why one of its military helicopters landed at Caican, Region 7 in Essequibo. Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defense Force, Brigadier Mark Phillips, told media operatives that the helicopter landed around 10:45 hours on Wednesday. Regional Chairman Gordon Bradford spoke with Nightly News via telephone on Friday. He is still awaiting a detailed report from the Caican village captain.
It has been confirmed by Chief of Staff, and the government has asked the Venezuelan government to explain the incursion into our airspace or our country by the Venezuelan helicopter with armed personnel on it. So I'm still waiting to have some feedback from the Tushao or the captain of that community.
The regional chairman confirmed initial media reports that Venezuelan military personnel had indeed exited the chopper and were seen questioning several residents. Bradford told Nightly News that the landing of the helicopter is a strange one since President David Granger recently announced the start of a 6-month operation by the joint services to have more boots on the ground in a proactive effort to keep terrorism at bay, clamp down on crime, and keep a keen eye on national borders.
But so far, I'm following the reports, and those of us who knows how Caican is situated is just the Venemu River that forms the border between Venezuela and Guyana. From the reports, I understood that the person in the helicopter was asking the residents there whether they were at San Juan or whatever. San Juan is a little Armenian community on the Venezuelan side of the border, maybe about 10, 12 miles away.
The regional chairman could not say whether the landing of the aircraft was a mix-up by the military personnel, but would only say that he is awaiting official word from the higher authorities in Guyana.
So I don't know if it was a mix-up, I don't know, but I really won't wish to comment more on that as that matter is engaged in the highest authorities in our country.
Just last September, law enforcement authorities received word that Venezuela had been making extraordinary military deployments in eastern Venezuela, that is western Guyana, which, according to President David Granger, had been impacting on Guyana's territorial defense. The president had said too that he believes that Venezuela is treading a dangerous course rather than seeking a peaceful resolution of the matter, while Guyana awaits word from the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon about whether the controversy over the 1899 Arbitral Tribunal Award should be referred to the World Court. President David Granger has responded to those comments by opposition leader Barrett Jagdio over Minister Trotman's selection for that climate change conference in Paris. The president says Jagdio should know better. Kingsley Bryan reports.
At a recent press conference, opposition leader Barrett Jagdio relayed to media operatives that he does not think Minister Trotman is the most suitable person to represent Guyana at the climate change conference which is taking place in Paris, France. This contention by Mr. Jagdio is not sitting well with President Granger, who says the comment is not helpful or prudent.
I do not believe it's a fair comment. Mr. Jagdeo, as you know, was deeply involved in climate change for several years. No one doubts that he has a constituency in the national community, but I do believe that former presidents should be more prudent in their remarks. I think it's an unfair criticism.
The president said such allegations publicly made even before the representing minister attends the event is uncalled for, especially given the national situation.
Guyana has several challenges, and I think the attitude or the perception by other countries that Guyana has a united front, that we're singing from the same song sheet would better serve our national interests. I think Mr. Jagdeo's comments are unhelpful.
President Granger noted that Minister Trotman could echo the same sentiments about Mr. Jagdeo, but there is no glory in that. The head of state maintains that he is running an inclusive government, and Mr. Jagdeo just had to make contact to air his views in an appropriate manner.
And if he has a strong view, we can meet and sit down and discuss it, and we can we are an inclusionary government, an inclusive government, and we're prepared to sit down and benefit from his experience. But to stay afar off and start to attack representatives of the present government is not the behavior you expect of a former head of state.
President Granger said for this very reason he chided former President Ramatar for unprofessionally commenting on the security situation. However, the head of state said these rebukes don't indicate that the government is at war with the opposition, since Mr. Jagdeo's input is actually welcomed.
We're not at war with the PPP, we're not at war with the administration, and we were the ones who held out a hand of friendship, and I would welcome Mr. Jagdeo sitting down and giving us the sort of brief that I feel the new government is entitled to.
President Granger stated emphatically that the comments about Minister Trotman are misplaced and unfair. The PPP is continuously being chided for their inappropriate comments on issues of national interest, leaving one commentator to deem it an intentional attempt to embarrass the new administration.
Thank you, Kingsley. Stay with us. HGP Nightly News continues after the break.
Next to life itself, our most precious gift is sight. That is why at Optique Vision Care, we're offering a free frame to every senior citizen. Come and experience a comprehensive eye exam and visual field assessment for glaucoma. Visit us on the East Bank of Demerara on Grove Public Road. Our doors are open Monday through Saturdays, or visit our location at Helena No. 1 Mahika every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Call us on 266-0126 or 600-6167. Promotion ends soon.
You've heard the name before. Now hear it better. S&S Supermarket, located at 16 Public Road, Lusignan at Richardstown on the east coast of Demerara. They provide wholesale and retail services and stay right there for everything else. Your groceries, confectionaries, beverages, over-the-counter drugs, cosmetics, and much more. It's easy to access and easy to shop. You'll love the unbeatable prices at S&S Supermarket, 16 Public Road, Lusignan, Richardstown on the East Coast. Call them at telephone 220-1675 or the Mahika location at 228-5401.
Did you know that children who read do better in school? Did you know that people who read get better jobs? Did you know that people who read are never bored and have lots of fun? Did you know that people who read are better informed? Start reading today. Find all the books you need at Austin's Book Services, 190 Church Street. Austin's Book Services, expanding the frontiers of education.
GCOM is now conducting a claims and objections exercise for local government elections. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of voters PLV at prominent locations in the constituencies in all local authority areas. Persons who will be 18 years and over by February 29, 2016 and are Guyanese citizens or are citizens from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more are eligible to vote at the upcoming local government elections, providing they live in a local authority area. You are required to check the relevant lists and make a claim to entry in the PLV if your name is not on the list. Apply for a transfer if you have changed your address since you were registered. Apply for a name change or correction if you have changed your name or if your information is incorrect. You must visit the Claims and Objections Office that is responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of these transactions. For further information, please contact GCOM on 225-027829 or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Introducing for the first time in Guyana, rock-solid hollow blocks, Everlast pavers, and Duralast vent blocks in a variety of designs and colors and available in any quantity. KSM Investments, Inc. is now revolutionizing the concrete product sector through its large, modern, state-of-the-art, fully automated plant located at Good Hope Public Road, East Coast, Demerara. Using cutting-edge technology, we manufacture rock-solid hollow blocks, Everlast pavers, and Duralast vent blocks. Our plant is the first of its kind in Guyana and the Caribbean. KSM hollow blocks and pavers are designed to last a lifetime and will never crack or break. That's our guarantee. Build the strongest house with our blocks and beautify your yard with our pavers. Save money. Buy the best. Call us today for more details on 220-7329, 691-1723, or visit us at Plot MP, Good Hope Public Road, East Coast, Demerara. We are a local company with world-class products.
Kevin's Reflections presents 12 Days of Christmas. Purchase a gift card any day from the 16th to the 31st of December and select any 4 services for just $6,500. Plus, enter your name in a draw to win a gas stove, refrigerator, flat screen TV, and more. Also, inquire about our buffet cake and wine bar, special weave day, free breakfast all day, and much more. Call or check us on Facebook. That number is 227-7450. Kevin's Reflections. Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you can win one Fire 7-inch tablet every day. That's right. Win one tablet every day, plus 2 grand prizes of clothing, shoes, and accessories for 1 full year. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend in our men's or women's department, plus 50% off in our children's department. So shop now to win one tablet every day and 2 grand prizes of clothing, shoes, and accessories for a full year. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Xiaoling brings you an outstanding line of motorcycles that excel in every possible way. And with 40 models to choose from, you're sure to find a perfect match. So, buy the motorcycle of your dreams and enjoy 1-year warranty, free registration, free road license, free fitness, free number plates, free helmet, and a free first service. Come in today and let our knowledgeable staff help you make the right choice. Xiaoling, 217 Charlotte and Ernock Streets, Georgetown.
Naturally better orchard.
Time for fun, bring out the sun. Nutritious, so delicious.
Way less sugar, no artificial sweeteners.
Orchard, your natural choice.
Orchard,
with real fruit juice.
Orchard, a celebration in each pack.
Orchard 250 ml juice drinks now deliciously improved. Free of artificial sweeteners. More natural goodness with between 33 to 55% less added sugar. Orchard, a perfectly natural choice.
Nestle, good food, good life.
Take advantage of the grand blowout sale at Pradeep's Furniture Store located at Better Hope Public Road next to the tire shop. Prices have been slashed on all items. Sofas as low as 68,000, china cabinets 70,000, beds 25,000, chest of drawers 25,000, wall dividers 38,000, wardrobe 40,000, kitchen cupboards 50,000, pantry 35,000, and so much more. Don't have the cash? No problem. Financing is available. Give us a call today on 220-6474, 621-4533 or 613-0788. Pradeep's Furniture Store. Quality without the price.
Champion Pasta will make you big and strong.
Champion Pasta, always a winner.
Thanks for staying with us here in the HGP Nightly News. An interesting story now. The gold smuggling racket, which puts a strain on the national purse, is facing its Waterloo. Not even licensed gold dealers will escape the intense scrutiny of the authorities. Hear more from Kingsley Bryan.
Much has been said in recent times about the underground gold smuggling rings that exist in this country. President Granger had stated that it's an old issue, and he had laid out some strategies geared towards ending this growing illegality, including efforts to create an unbribable civil service and tougher law enforcement. The racket has implicated businessmen, licensed gold exporters, and key personnel functioning at the various airports.
Reports indicate that thousands of ounces of gold are leaving our shores every week, and not all of it is being declared to the Gold Board. There are too many reports of illicit activity. Commander of night flights of helicopters landing here at 1 o'clock in the morning, and of planes taking off and landing, and of gold moving across our borders.
That was Minister of Governance Raphael Trotman speaking at the opening of the Gold Board in Baitika. He was at the time highlighting the many known features of this underworld scheme, which is denting the economy. Trotman said since key players are involved, there will also be a review of even those licensed to deal in gold.
We wish to assess the number of licensed gold dealers and exporters, to weigh and to measure them. Just as we weigh and measure gold, we're going to weigh and measure those who are given the privilege to act as agents on behalf of the Ghana Gold Board. Inquiring, for example, how much gold are they declaring?
The governance minister said gold declaration should be reflective of the incentives government is offering to miners, making reference to the recent tax concessions on fuel and equipment.
And if it is that miners are given concessions by government for fuel, for spares and for parts, what are you doing in terms of your declarations? Because some are receiving the concessions and their declarations are quite minimal, yet we know for a fact that thousands of gold are not only mined, but produced, of course, and exported out of Guyana.
In this regard, he called for greater and enhanced collaboration with the security forces to curb this trend. Trotman noted that also involved in this fight are the Ghana Revenue Authority, the Special Organized Crime Unit, and more recently, the State Asset Recovery Unit. The governance minister said the expected end result is a type of positive synergy, which he explained.
We want to ensure, as I mentioned before, that the synergies we expect to see are occurring, that we grant concessions to miners, that those concessions are matched by production, and of course, that production leads to increased declarations, because you can't come and ask the following year for more concessions and we not see the declarations in Guyana, but we've seen the declarations at the airports in New York and in Miami and in Dubai. The time for that is over.
Minister Trotman said the mining industry can expect that there will be some tightening up in the sector. Authorities in the U.S., like President Granger, have highlighted that the situation is more than just gold smuggling, but involves money laundering. It is estimated that between 10,000 to 15,000 ounces of gold per week is being smuggled out via the Ogle and Cheddi Jagan international airports. Other reports indicate that more is being taken to Suriname and Brazil via the borders at Quarantine and Lethem. For HGP Nightly News, Kingsley Bryan.
Thank you, Kingsley. Education Minister Dr. Rupert Rupnarine is saying that job creation, education and infrastructural development will be among the government's top priorities in the new year. He said 2016 is the year when the state of affairs of the country's youth population would be changed. Royden James reports.
Minister of State Joe Harmon, speaking at the most recent post-cabinet briefing, has said that in the 2016 national budget, heavy emphasis will be placed on areas which will target job creation and infrastructural development. Speaking in an invited comment on Thursday, Education Minister Dr. Rupert Roopnarine said he has been pushing for issues like job creation to be addressed. Minister Roopnarine said he has been engaging business owners and other members of the private sector to determine how the education system can best prepare students to meet the needs and expectations in the workforce.
Well, the first thing we want to do is to engage the private sector very seriously in a program of work. The private sector, the people who benefit most from our training, and we want to ensure that they are in at the beginning so that we can design the training that they need. We don't want to just train people with no end in sight. We want to have an end in sight, and we want the private sector to help us to develop that end and to tell us, in effect, look, this is what the private sector needs over a period of time, and we will try to design appropriate strategies to put that training in place.
The minister said that joblessness is a serious and acute problem, especially among young people, and so his ministry is placing focus to ensure that the quality of education is one in which they are properly equipped to go out in the workforce. He said at this juncture, the national youth policy is crucial.
We've had one set of discussions. I think that we are not complete with what it is we're doing because we have to take, a lot of these consultations that we're designing are in effect to bring about a sufficiency of capacity and so on for implementation. I feel that if we don't do the consultations, we don't involve the stakeholders all along the line, then we're going to have great difficulties implementing what it is we need to implement. If implementation is going to succeed, it's very important that stakeholder involvement all along the way be guaranteed.
He said too, the issue of job creation has been a serious one for the country's young people. It was to this end that he said that in this regard he is rallying for the 2016 budget figures to be up.
Well, this is what we're working towards. I'm hoping that we can in fact make some proposals to the Ministry of Finance in relation to what we've just been discussing. I think that we need to invest in the cultural industries if we're going to see the kind of progress that we want to see.
In addition, the ministry is working on a policy and embarking on numerous public consultations to ensure that the nation is involved in the decision-making process so that recommendations can be implemented smoothly. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.
Guyanese will need tremendous voter education on the significance of local government elections and how the elections are conducted. That's the view of GCOM Commissioner Vincent Alexander. Handel Duncan spoke with the Commissioner.
March 18 is the date for local government elections, and the majority of the electorate have no real experience with local government elections, since the last time these elections were held was in 1994. According to one of the commissioners at the Guyana Elections Commission, Vincent Alexander, a new system will be used for the upcoming elections.
So when you take the fact that people have no experience at all, and then those who have experience will be experiencing the new system, indeed there will be need for tremendous public education to bring people on board in terms of what local government is and what the electoral system is.
Mr. Alexander remarked on some of the changes in the local government polling.
Let's take Georgetown, for example. Georgetown will be divided into 15 constituencies because Georgetown has 30 seats. When someone goes to vote, they will be voting in the first instance for a candidate from the constituency for the constituency. So they'll be voting for someone who will represent them, who is contesting the elections specifically in the constituency. So there'll be 15 such constituencies in Georgetown.
On the general list where persons will be voting, they will vote for a party or group to elect the other 15 councillors. It is therefore a mixed system that will require persons voting twice. Alexander went further, saying that local government affects everyone. It is the local authorities that are responsible for what happens at the community level. Presently, the local government system has tremendous deficiencies, the GCOM Commissioner highlighted.
We last had elections in 1994, so you really don't have a recent crop of elected officials to give guidance to the work of the local authorities.
For eligible voters who want to contribute to their community by becoming councillors in their respective local authority area, there are 3 options on how this can be done.
You can go with a party and have them nominate you to be their councillor or their candidate for the constituency. You can go with a group, a community group, and have them nominate you to be their candidate for constituency. Or you can simply, as an individual, decide you want to run as an individual. In all of those 3 instances, you'll be required to get persons to sign as supporters. It requires a certain number of supporters. Once you get the number of supporters required, you go to GCOM, you fill the relevant form, you are of the right age, and you're on the voters list in the constituency where you want to run, then you'll be eligible to run.
The next step is to then go out, campaign, and get votes. The elections are basically constituency-based, and persons are required to be living in the area in which they are expected to vote. Additionally, the need for awareness on the conduct of the elections is seen as paramount, according to Alexander, who believes tremendous voters' education is absolutely necessary. Handel Duncan H., GP Nightly News.
Thank you, Handel. More news ahead. Stay with us.
Enter the Tony's Auto Spares Deals on Wheels Reloaded promotion, and you can be the lucky winner of a Mazda RX-8, drawing December 18th, 2015. Every $5,000 spent gets you a coupon. Fill it up, drop it in the box, and you can be a winner. Consolation prizes include hampers, netbooks, selfie sticks, mag rims, and Amazon Kindles. Visit our branches at 72 Light Street, Albertown, telephone 227-8574, or our East Coast branch, telephone 220-3286. Tony's Auto Spares, making it affordable for you.
The Family Pharmacy of One Laban Intention Housing Scheme, East Coast Demerara, carries a wide range of over-the-counter medication, prescription medication, injectables, medical devices, a variety of eye drops, baby care products, cosmetics, and healthy foods. At the Family Pharmacy, a qualified pharmacist is at your service each and every day. Health products are available in wholesale and retail quantities. Come in to the Family Pharmacy, where the best prices are guaranteed all year round.
Delicious, delicious, appetizing, appetizing, flavorful, flavorful, yum. Pam and Steve's Bakery, pastries and ice cream makes you feel good. Prepared in a way that makes you smile. Also breakfast available every Sunday. So come to Pam and Steve's Bakery. Enjoy a tastier side of life.
We can have your tattoo removed today with a few simple steps using the safe and doctor-recommended laser treatment. Available now at the skincare clinic located upstairs at the Subs and Salads building on Sheriff Street. Our trained specialists can handle hair removal, vascular therapy, rejuvenation therapy, wrinkles removal, pigmentation therapy, and more. Feel and look good in your skin.
Get the widest range of party supplies such as birthday candles, tableware and helium balloons, Wilton cake supplies, toys and brands like Leapfrog, Fisher-Price, VTech, and Disney. For the gamers, get all the latest games and consoles such as PS2, PS3, PS4, PS Vita, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Wii U, Nintendo 2DS, and 3DS. Satisfy your guilty pleasures with candy and brands such as Godiva, Ghirardelli, Hershey's, Jolly Ranchers, and lots more. Get all these and more at Game Express, your source for the latest. 25 North Road, Laceytown, Georgetown. Telephone 227-8902.
Fact.
Diabetes is recognized as the world's fastest growing chronic disease. Fact, over time it can damage the heart, blood vessels, eyes, kidneys, and nerves. You can now monitor your blood glucose level with the Smart Test Pronto blood glucose monitoring system. It's easy to use, safe, and gives your blood glucose results in just 6 seconds. More importantly, it's affordable. The Smart Test Pronto and Smart Test blood glucose testing strips are distributed by International Pharmaceutical Agency and available at leading pharmacies nationwide.
Shop and win this Christmas. Highway 401 Furniture Store is giving away 5 great prizes or 1 of 10 consolation prizes to win. All you have to do is shop from now to December 24th from our beautiful selection. With every $10,000 spent, you receive an entry form to win. The more entries you have, the higher your chances are to win. So come on down to Highway 401 Furniture Store. Shop now and win big. Highway 401 Furniture Store, making your home a beautiful place.
So try me in the morning when the sun comes rising up. Try me in the afternoon, bet you just can't get enough. Try me in the evening, satisfaction guaranteed. Baby, I got what you need, you gotta try me.
John Lewis Styles, simply different.
So try me.
Decorating your home can sometimes be a tremendous task. That is why Munishwars Limited has made it easier. They've got in stock bed sheets, bath towels, kitchen curtains, tablecloth, table runners, doilies, curtains, table mats, wallpapers, beaded blinds, curtain rods and mats. Munishwars Limited, making everything in your home just perfect. 19 to 20 Water and Commerce Street, Georgetown, next to the Mahaika Car Park. Telephone 225-5420. Quality products at affordable prices.
Welcome to Melchior's Gift Bonanza. This time, everyone's a winner.
But how? Every customer that purchases anything gets a gift.
And that's not all.
No cash?
No worries. Financing available.
Included layaway plan.
6 months interest free.
Just check in store for details.
That's our way of saying thanks to all our customers.
Quality, oh yes indeed. All made in Guyana. Melchior's, Guyana's leading furniture store.
In Guyana, thousands of families lack a decent place to call home, somewhere to raise healthy children, build stronger family ties, and inspire hope. This is why Habitat Guyana builds. Through affordable housing, families have a strong foundation for the future. In partnership with Edward B. Behari & Company, we're helping to break the cycle of poverty. Our efforts also help families to prosper and stay together in a secure and safe environment. Habitat and Behari, building communities, homes, and hope. What will you build, Guyana?
Thanks for staying with us. Calls for the amendment of laws that stigmatize the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community are continuing.
Former Minister of Health Dr. Leslie Ramsamy has been reported in sections of the media urging Guyana and the rest of the Caribbean region to repeal laws that discriminate, stigmatize, and criminalize the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. He noted that Guyana and other CARICOM states are among several countries in the world where homosexuality is punishable by law. Dr. Ramsamy wants the 11th Parliament to move quickly in a bid to reverse anti-gay laws. Chairman of the Society Against Sexual Orientation Discrimination, SASOD, Joel Simpson, finds it unfortunate that Dr. Ramsamy has waited until he is no longer in government or formally involved in politics to make such a strong and passionate appeal for the repeal of those laws.
He was part of the 9th and 10th Parliament. He had every opportunity as Minister of Health to lead that vision.
Simpson went further, stating that when the PPPC government was in office and constitutional amendments were taking place, sexual orientation was placed on a separate bill from all of the other amendments.
And said, although they're presenting the bill, they had no intention of supporting it, which is really an unprecedented parliamentary maneuver. First of all, they had the majority at the time, and on top of that, constitutional amendments required 2/3 majority in Parliament. So there was this kind of fanciful, kind of like tossing it around like a hot potato in Parliament at the time, and there wasn't a vote on the bill. But there was never a bill to deal with decriminalization, to repeal the laws which criminalize same-sex intimacy and cross-dressing.
Nevertheless, the non-governmental organization plans to lobby both sides of the political divide to give priority in the coming year to amend those laws which criminalize same-sex relations, cross-dressing, and others that affect the gay community.
The APNU AFC administration has campaigned on the basis of equality and a good life for all Guyanese and treating people fairly and justice and all of that. And in fact, in the 2015 APNU AFC elections manifesto, there's a clear commitment to taking measures to avert discrimination based on sexual orientation. So we're holding the new administration accountable to that promise, and we want to see action. We don't just want to hear rhetoric like the kind that Dr. Darcy Ramsamy is now making.
While discrimination exists in many facets, the LGBT community, according to Simpson, is the only group that faces institutionalized discrimination. But by making amendments, it would be illegal to discriminate against persons of the LGBT community.
It would mean that somebody who's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender could not feel threatened by accessing state services or law enforcement if they go, for instance, to report that they're in a same-sex relationship as a gay man or a bisexual man, and they're facing intimate partner violence. By their own admission, they're also admitting to a criminal offense of being in a same-sex relationship, a same-sex practicing relationship, and so on.
Simpson noted that one of the unfettered human rights is that everyone has freedom of conscience, meaning everyone has a right to believe in anything. However, what is problematic is when stigmatizing beliefs are turned into action. Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.
On the lighter side of things, Courts Ghana has once again put smiles on the faces of the children at the pediatric ward. Rodin James reports.
Feliz Navidad. Ho, ho, ho. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
For the past 9 years, Courts Guyana has been making tangible donations to the nurses and patients of the children's ward at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. Flanked by a number of cartoon characters, nurses and courts representatives, the children were greeted by the songs of Christmas carols and cartoon displays. Managing Director of Courts Guyana, Mr. Clyde Diaz, said that the activity is something the furniture and appliance giant is committed to.
It's for years that we're doing this for the pediatric ward, to bring cheer for the children that are unfortunately to be here, that are in pain and that are suffering.
Diaz also used the opportunity to applaud the nurses for the care they have been giving to the children of the ward around this time and charged them to continue to provide quality service to the patients.
We applaud all the staff, the caring staff of the pediatric ward for the care that they're giving to the children, especially around this time. And we are just bringing a small token to help to relieve that suffering.
Meanwhile, ward manager for the pediatric ward, Ms. Rhonda Henry, said the yearly donation from Courts is something the ward looks forward to.
It has been wonderful over the years. We've been getting the gifts, the donations. The children have been getting gifts who are in the ward at the moment, and they've been very happy. So on a yearly basis, we look forward for this opportunity. So it has been wonderful.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Royden James, HGP Nightly News.
Calvin Chapman is at your sports desk after the break.
Hypermalt, the premium imported malt beverage from Germany, is made from the finest raw materials. One Hypermalt covers 15% of your daily intake of vitamin B. Vitamin B complex contributes to normal psychological and neurological functions. Hypermalt is 100% fat-free and the smoothest malter you've ever tried. Hypermalt is available throughout Guyana. And for those who want to buy in wholesale quantities, call Anil on 624-4106, Vishal on 624-4143, Ricardo on 624-4136, and Thakur on 624-4108. Hypermalt.
Now, Digicel brings you 4 ways to benefit at the same time with the best value offers. Talk for 3 minutes to a Digicel number and get the next 15 minutes free. Get $500 free credit on your first top-up monthly. Get 30 megabytes of free data on your first 2 top-ups of $500 or more monthly. Send 3 texts and get the next 25 texts free. Get better value on Guyana's bigger network, Digicel.
Keep the change with LG inverter technology air conditioners. They cool faster and use less energy. LG's inverter technology, active energy control, optimizes functionality based on room capacity, traffic, and time of day. LG inverter technology ACs are sold, serviced, and installed by Car Care Enterprise and available from 9,000 to 36,000 BTU. Call us on 226-6998. Car Care Enterprise, 43 Hatfield Street, Georgetown.
Unwind, relax, and be pampered at the Unisex Beauty Zone. Some of the best stylists in the business. Haircuts, dyeing, and styling. A superb manicure job for the perfect hands. And for the ladies, a choice of fashionable acrylic nails, facials, and massages. Pedicures using the best foot therapy available. Hair treatment and wash. Visit us today at 12 and 13 Sobrianville, Georgetown, upstairs at Subs and Salads Building.
The general public is hereby informed that the ongoing claims and objections exercise is being conducted specifically and only in the 9 municipalities and 62 neighborhood democratic councils in Guyana. Only persons who are residing within these local government areas can apply for registration as voters or transfers or name changes or correction of incorrect particulars, providing they are eligible to vote at the upcoming local government elections. Persons who will be 18 years and over by February 29, 2016 and are Guyanese citizens or are citizens from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more are eligible to vote at the upcoming local government elections, providing they live in the local authority area. Persons who do not reside within a local authority area cannot conduct any of those transactions. Offices open Mondays to Fridays from 15 hours 30 to 19 hours, Saturdays, Sundays and holidays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit the GCOM website.
Beautify your homes and businesses. Yes.
Riams, panel doors and furniture. 369 Block 1, Plantation Industry, East Coast, Demerara.
Telephone 626-8141 and 664-1109. Choose top quality arch and square panel doors and frames in various sizes and designs. Also available molding, spindles, windows, cupboards, and all types of furniture. Yes, visit us at
Riams, panel doors and furniture. 369 Block 1, Plantation Industry, East Coast, Demerara.
I can do more with DTT. Woohoo! I won $50,000!
You can win too! Top up $500 daily. Listen to 98.1 Hot FM at 13:45 hours and answer your phone.
I can do more with DTT.
To win! That's right! Top up $500 daily to win. Plus, have a chance to enter in the grand draw to win over $6 million in crazy cash. That's more cash, more fun. Have a do more Christmas with GTT.
Lots and lots of gifts for that special occasion. Choose from a wide selection of gift items from Monishwars Limited. In stock, photo frames, plaques, crystal kitchen decor, mug sets, floral arrangements, gift bags and gift paper. Monishwars Limited, the perfect place for all your gift items. 19 to 20 Water and Commerce Street, Georgetown, next to the Mahaika Car Park. Telephone 225-5420. Quality products at affordable prices.
Yeah, Skipper.
Yo, I'm done.
I hope you bring the stag there, boy.
Yeah, man. No, boy, you can't do that. Every Stag Crown is a winner.
That's right! Demand your crown for the Instag Win promotion and win free Stag beer, Stag t-shirts, Stag mugs, Stag caps, and the new iPhone 6.
What? iPhone 6?
Plus, collect 24 drinks Stag to win crowns for a chance to win your cruise weight in Stag. Demand your crown and win. Stag, a man's beer. Please drink responsibly.
Here comes a very special time of the year. You're dreaming of the colors that will be everywhere. Paris is your first choice. your first choice this Christmas for a whole lot less. There's 10% off all Ultima Plus paints and the grand prizes to be won. Spend just $10,000 in Harris paints for an entry form. Fill it out and drop it in the boxes provided for your chance to win. So dream in color this Christmas with Harris paints, the Caribbean champions of color.
First choice, color your Christmas.
I'm Calvin Chapman with the HGP Sportscast. Christopher Barnwell, who missed the third-round victory against Barbados Pride with a slight injury, has returned to the Jaguars' side with a bang, taking 5 wickets as Trinidad is in trouble with the score at 117 for 8 at tea. Here's more. As the Regional 4-Day Professional Cricket League resumes, the Guyana Jaguars has the upper hand against Trinidad and Tobago Red Force at Queen's Park Oval, a match with dark clouds looming over after some light showers pre-match. The home side won the toss and chose to bat. The first time this season, the Jaguars has fielded first. Shortly after the first drinks break, rain delayed play. The score at that time was 33 for 3. Raymond Reefer's early breakthrough was backed up by Christopher Barnwell taking the wickets of Kyle Hope and Yannick Correa. After the first delay, lunch was taken and Barnwell struck twice after again with the wickets of Kajoran Ottilie and the dangerous Narsingh Deonarine, leaving the Red Force dangling at 64 for 5. The score at the second drinks break was 81 for 5, with Jason Mohammed at the crease with 26 and Stephen Katwaru 7. Pamal then quickly removed Mohammed and Katwaru briefly after the break with only 8 runs being added. Barnwell then struck once more to complete his 5-wicket haul. The score at that time was 102 for 8. At tea, the score was 117 for 8, with the Jaguars in a good position to make it 4 wins in 4 matches. The inaugural Cricket Guyana Inc. Local Franchise League balls off on Saturday, December 5 with the first round matches. In an effort to widen the pool of players to select from and to provide greater opportunities for local players, 8 league teams have been set up across the country. Action between Upper Quarantine and East Coast Demerara franchises will be at the Enmore Community Center ground. Georgetown versus Lower Quarantine at the Albion Community Center, West Berbice against Essequibo at Georgetown Cricket Club ground, and West Demerara versus East Bank Demerara Upper Demerara at Wales Community Center. The local franchise league will feature contracted and academy players being assigned to the 8 teams, with Upper Quarantine having the support of Devendra Bishu, Anthony Bramble, and Asad Fuddin, with Lower Quarantine featuring Verisami Pamal, Ron Johnson, and Shimron Hetimayo. Keon Joseph, Kandasamy Sujnarain, and Gudakish Moti will turn out as professionals for West Berbice. East Coast Demerara will include Shivnarain Chandrapal, Paul Wintz, Rajendra Chandrika, and Stephen Sankar, while Georgetown will feature Leon Johnson, Christopher Barnwell, Rajanan, and Kimol Savory as their professional guest players, with East Bank Upper Demerara, Donnin Robin Bacchus, Tevin Imlak, Dexter Solomon, and Vishal Singh. West Demerara will have as their professionals Jevon Searles, Tej Narain Chandrapal, Akshaya Prasad, Stephen Jacobs, and Kimo Paul. And finally, Essequibo will feature as their professional guest players Ronsford Beaton, Raymond Reefer, Kevin Buddy, and Anthony Adams. Now here is Sean Embrock with what's happening in sports this weekend.
This is your HGP Weekend Sport Events. Port Royal Football Club and Iflat Warriors will clash in the finals of the West Demerara Football Association's Inter-Club Knockout Tournament on Sunday, December 6 at the Denamstel Ground, in the feature game at 3:30 p.m. And in the battle for third place will be Strodeville Football Club and Beavers at 1:30 p.m. playing the first game. Admission to the finals is $500. Futsal. Guinness Greatest of the Street quarterfinal action is on at the Cultural Center Tarmac on Friday, December 4. Starting the fast-paced action will be defending zone champions North Rumville taking on Penn Street. East Front Road will play back circle in the second matchup. West Front Road will face the only debutant team that remained in the fight, Channel 9 in the third game. To close out the quarterfinal fixture, national champion Sparta Boss will be challenged by a strong Northeast La Penitent squad. Teams will be vying for the available spots in the semifinals, billed for Tuesday at the same venue. Kickoff time for the street football is 9 p.m. Still with football, On the 11 girls will be locked in action for the continuation of the small to Pee Wee competition on Saturday, December 5 at 10 a.m. at the Ministry of Education ground, Carifesta Avenue, with matches in the quarter and semi-finals. Playing for places 9 to 16 are St. Margaret's, St. Ambrose, Sophia, St. Angeles, Smith Memorial, F.E. Pollard's Primary, Winford Garden, and St. Agnes will engage each other in the first 5 games for the first session. Then in the second session at 12 noon, to qualify for 4 quarterfinal spots, North Georgetown will start things off against Enterprise Primary in the first quarterfinal. Stella Maris Primary and West Romville play game 2, St. Stephen's and Tugwell Primary go head-to-head in the third game, and St. Pius Primary and South Romville battle for the last spot to conclude the quarterfinal action. The tournament is scheduled to culminate on Saturday, 12th December 2015. And finally, in the weekend sports roundup, GTT Guyana Football Union's 10s rugby tournament continues on Saturday, December 5 at the National Park ground. After 3 rounds of the competition, frontrunners and point leaders, Guyana Defence Force will enter round 4 in a strong position, and they will play Caribs, who will be playing their first game of the 10s tournament. Scrum time is 3 p.m. That concludes the updates on Weekend Sports Event. I'm Sean Embrock.
And that concludes your Sportscast.
Venezuela military chopper lands in Guyana. Guyana government asks Venezuela to explain. Licensed gold dealers to be reviewed. Major tightening up in the mining sector, says Minister Trotman. And now you know why President David Granger has again scolded the opposition leader. According to the president, Jack Dew should know better. Those were our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for joining us. Handel Duncan will be here Saturday and Sunday for the Weekend Review, and I will see you right back here on Monday. Do have a safe weekend. Goodbye now.